Is that better?
To see.
our viewers to understand is you don't need to react to short-term volatility.
I'm really looking forward to hearing what Deborah has to say.
My advice to Neville, start investing in that SEP IRA now. We need to shift, Roland. We need to shift from what I call this income mindset to a wealth mindset. And what that means is focusing on our personal balance sheet and making sure that our net worth is going up.
So if there is anyone sitting in this audience who believes I'm not smart enough, I don't have any money, kick all those doubts to the side.
I think truly the goal for every woman should be financial freedom. And that's when I don't have to work because my money is working for me.
All of you sitting in this room have the ability to create the wealth and to achieve financial freedom. You simply have to decide.
That's right. You simply have to decide. You have everything you need to be everything you need to be. Good evening, everyone. I'm Deborah Owens, founder and CEO of WealthyU, also known as America's Wealth Coach. And I'm excited for the Savvy Money Makeover Challenge Day 2. If you're excited, in the chat, let me know right now. I'm excited. If you're excited, I'm excited. Are you excited for the 5-Day Savvy Money Makeover Challenge Day 2? Ladies, we are just getting started. And I want you to know that I'm so excited. So how many of you in the chat, if you've been here, if it's day 2 for you, put day 2 for me in the chat. Day 2 in the chat. If it's day 2 for you, we're excited to have you, because what you need to understand is that we do a lot of preparation for this 5-Day Savvy Money Makeover Challenge, because as you can see, the type of financial transformations that happen as a result of spending this time together and giving you just a sneak peek into the WealthyU community and you meeting some of the fabulous women that are part of our team. I love showing that reel because what it really shares with you is I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Some of those scenes were from God's leading ladies when I toured with Bishop Jakes, 40,000 women in that was North Carolina in the Charlotte Coliseum. And it has been quite the journey on to launching the book, A Purse of Your Own, and starting purse groups more than, it's been over a decade now when we launched the A Purse of Your Own campaign to financially empower 1 million women. But now what I want you to know, when we launched WealthyU 5 years ago, it was because the objective did not change. We just took it up a notch. And what we understood is that not only do you need to be financially empowered, not only do you need to have a purse of your own, but you need to secure the bag and have $1 million in it. So who's ready to become one of the million with $1 million? If you're a millionaire in the making and you're ready to become one of a million with $1 million, that's right. Say, I am ready. I want you to claim it today, because what I want you to know is in those 5 years, we have helped women accomplish and achieve their first 6 figures, their first 7 figures. Some are now running for 8 figures. And what I want you to know is if it can happen for them, it can happen for you. That's what I want you to know, is that if it can happen for them, it can happen for you. And for many of the women in WealthyU, it all started with the 5-Day Savvy Money Makeover Challenge. So don't look back, because that's not where we're going. I don't want you to go back to the land of financial regrets. I don't want you to think about all the mistakes that you may have made. I don't want you to think about the millions of dollars that have already flowed through your hand. What I want you to understand is we're going to show you how to capture it and make it grow. Who's ready to capture it? Who's ready to capture their fortune and make it grow? Because here's what I want you to know. Many of you are standing 10 feet away from gold, but you just can't see it. And that is what you're going to learn in WealthyU. The secrets, the wealth building secrets of the 1% that you have not been exposed to, that you didn't in your formal education. Isn't it amazing? It's not amazing, but isn't it? I don't know. It's almost by design. Why weren't you introduced to any of these concepts through your formal education? Where what I want you to know is that it's designed that way. How many of you could relate to the insights that you received yesterday? It was all about shifting from that income to that wealth mindset. You had homework last night, right? And so how many of you in the chat, what was your feedback from last night? If you weren't here from last night, make sure that you join our Savvy Money Makeover Challenge Facebook group so that you can see the replay. But just for a moment, I'm going to give you some time. What was your takeaway from the wealth mindset quiz? Did you have the income mindset or the wealth mindset? Let me know in the chat. What were your results? Are you behaving like the wealthy person that you need to? Are you adopting wealthy habits? Okay. Reverend Nadine says 5 A's, 1 B, and 1 C. So that's right, Reverend Nadine, you're already thinking like and having the wealth mindset. Linda Walker says the wealth mindset. That's right. Because that's what I want you to understand. It all begins with mindset. But again, I shared with you our framework: mindset, strategy, and execution. Here's what I want you to know. It's not enough to just have a mindset. The next thing you have to do is be able to shift from that income to that wealth mindset. And in the chat, so tell me, how many of you did the homework? If you did the homework, okay, so Tiara said she had 4 C's. That's all right, Tiara, you're sort of in the middle. And what you learned during this week is going to help you shift to that wealth mindset. Diane said, wealth mindset improved over past growth. That's right, Diane is already in the WealthyU community, and that's what we do. Woohoo, that's right. So that's what happens. And you're going to hear a lot about that this evening, is that so many, the most profound thing that happens is, I told you, wealth is an inside job. And that's what you have to do, is shift. Okay. So let's just level set for just a moment. Let's go over the journey, ladies. So it is day 1. Well, day 1 was yesterday, and we covered the wealth mindset, and that was building the attitudes and habits of the wealthy. Today, it's all about that 7-figure financial makeover. I'm going to show you exactly how to manage what you already have. Listen, more money will not solve your problems. First, you got to learn how to manage and measure what you already have. Third, you're on day 3 tomorrow. You don't want to miss it, because it's all about accelerating your financial growth. And now then tomorrow, you're going to learn exactly what the wealthy do, which allows them to accelerate their financial growth more rapidly, so that you can move that your portfolios to 7 figures and beyond. Day 4, we're going to give you an inside look on the portfolio challenge, how the markets work, how the wealthy invest. And day 5, you are going to meet some real women who've applied these strategies to build their first 6 and 7 figure investment portfolio. So in the chat, let me know who is ready. Who is ready? If you're ready, let me know that you are ready. Also, don't forget, if some of you want to get a jump start, if you are committed, if you're ready to lean in and you want to understand the 7 wealthy habits, you still have an opportunity to take advantage of our VIP toolkit. In that kit, you receive our WealthyU workshop, Accelerating Your Financial Growth, Nickel and Dime Your Way to Wealth, a number of different worksheets, as well as the bonus workbook of everything that we're going over today. And so let me make sure we put the correct link in the chat so folks know how they can get that toolkit. Okay, we're going next level today. We're going next level. Who's ready to go next level? Well, here's what I want you to know, that one of the other aspects of this challenge is we want you to link arms with our team. And many of you have, if you have not connected with your ambassador, make sure you connect with your ambassador in the chat. If you haven't met your ambassador, put, I want to meet my ambassadors. And of course, make sure you are checking your Facebook messages from your WealthyU ambassadors. Michelle just put in the chat, we want to hear from you. Send a response to us and let us know how to connect with you. But right now, I want to give our WealthyU ambassadors, all of you, an opportunity to meet our amazing WealthyU ambassadors. So let me just unpin myself so that, and put it on gallery view so that you can meet our amazing ambassadors. So let me just tee them up. What I want you to know is they were sitting right where you were at one point. And they said, when I opened the doors to join, they joined. And their lives have changed. And not only have they changed, they are so committed to seeing you. They want you to have the same experience, the same success that they have. And so with that, I see all of our ambassadors are here. Let me start with Anita Jenkins. Anita is one of our ambassadors. If you can just unmute Anita and introduce yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Hear you just fine.
Okay, great. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy that everybody's in this room tonight to go to the next level. Just like Deborah mentioned, we've all been there. We've all had the excitement, and we've all want to empower ourselves. So this is the right place. You're at the right place at the right time, perfect timing to position yourself to prosper and position your family as well. So I am just so grateful that I came into this community because it definitely empowered me, helped me to grow in so many areas other than financially. I've grown as a person. I've learned to be more savvy, more confident. I walk into a room a little bit more confident when I talk about investments. I'm not shy about it. I can hold a conversation, and I know how to talk with financial advisors as well. So yeah, if I can do it, you ladies can do it too. It's not just for exclusive. This is not an exclusive club. We all pull each other together. We're all great sisterhood, and we all lift each other up. So thank you so much for being here. And if I'm your ambassador, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All right.
Yeah, I love picking with Anita because Anita's a beast, y'all. When I met Anita, Anita was, I mean, she has blossomed so much, and I'm just so excited about the growth of all of the women in WealthyU. So thank you so much, Anita. I'm going to go right to Virginia Rutherford Hall. Virginia, if you could just take a moment to introduce yourself and let all of your potential mentees know that you're here.
Yes, ladies, welcome. I'm so excited to be here. I came into WealthyU after lurking for a long time, and I took the leap. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, I didn't want to go back. I had a live ticket, but I got that golden nugget at the masterclass Pivot on Purpose. And I took the leap, and I'm so glad I took the leap. And during that time, I remember the airlines offered me a buyout when I took the leap, and Deborah said, take the money and run and reinvent yourself. And I've been doing that, and I watched my investment actually go from being stagnant. I was flying all over the place, but my money wasn't going anywhere. And during that pandemic year, I watched my investment after 25 years in the airline industry double, and it made a believer out of me. I got serious after we moved those monies from those low yielded target funds to the brokerage account. And we learned how to analyze and research stocks and mutual funds. And what they always say, the rest is history. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be your ambassador. And I've already reached out to you in Facebook Messenger. So connect with me. And you are, like Anita said, in the right place at the right time to position yourself to prosper.
I love it. All that alliteration, Virginia, I just love you to death. I'm so glad that you're here to lock arms. So now I'm going to go over to, let me just come down to Suzanne Boyd. Suzanne, just a moment to introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Good evening. I'm so glad to be here. Again, my name is Suzanne Boyd, and I reached out to a lot of you guys. If I'm your ambassador, welcome, 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 everyone. Just so glad to be here. I'm another one that stalked Deborah. We actually met on the Tom Joyner cruise years ago, a few years ago. But, you know, I can tell you that I feel much more savvy when it comes to business decisions, my financial, you know, as we call it, cleaning. We've had to clean out our purses and find out what nuggets we had. I didn't know what I had. I was all over the place. So I feel focused. I feel like I know where my money is. I know exactly what my net worth is. I understand. I'm not afraid to invest, to pull the trigger. I know how to, you know, how to not only just do I have the mindset, but also the strategy and execution. And execution, that was my fear. I was afraid at first. Oh, I don't know what I was doing. I found money with Deborah. I was able to find a pension that I didn't even know I had. So there were a lot of, just a lot of different monies that I was able to find. And then I also have been, you know, had side hustles, and the money that I made, I was using that money to invest. So instead of buying a pair of shoes sometime, I want to know where I can put my money. Because right now is the time to buy, and you will learn that. You're just going to take one day at a time and just invest. And it's knowledge, like Deborah was saying, knowledge is power. And we now have the knowledge to move forward. So we not only move forward by ourselves, but we move forward as a group together. And that's what I like about WealthyU. Thank you. Welcome, everyone.
I love it. It takes teamwork to make the dream work. Thank you so much, Suzanne. Let me go over to Lynette Reynolds. Lynette, if you could just introduce yourself.
Hi, ladies. I'm Lynette, and I've been with Deborah for a couple of years, in 2020. I didn't lurk too long. It only took 2 challenges for me to, you know, to get in the WealthyU Society. And really it was with the push from my daughter, Patrice. She kept sitting with me during the challenges. And every time I got off the challenge, I would talk about it. And she said, Mom, you need to just do it. Just go ahead and do it. You know you want to do it. So, I finally took the leap only after the second challenge. And I'm so glad I did. I had investments that weren't serving me well, but with Deborah, I've learned a lot. And now when I hear about different stocks, I go online and I look them up, and I'm able to research them and analyze them to see if I want to buy. And, and that's the key. That's what we're taught. And the support that we have here is just truly unbelievable. And there's no sisterhood like this one. I am very glad that I'm here. My money is growing by leaps and bounds. And you need to, don't sit on the fence too long, come join us. You won't be sorry.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm going to go down. I'm going to go over to Brigitte Roquette. Brigitte, if you could just introduce yourself.
Hello, hello, ladies. Good evening. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Brigitte Roquette. I was just like you in your position, except for me, I did it on the first challenge. When I did the challenge, I signed up because I was looking for help with learning how to invest. And this opportunity came about. And I was also in financial hardship. So I needed to learn how to manage my money better and invest better. So by being in this group, which was a blessing, I learned how to invest my money. I was able to pay off $40,000 in credit card debt within that year through this program as well. By the sponsors that Ms. Deb brought on, I was able to get my student loan of $36,000 wiped out. I was able to buy a condo. My credit score shot up. So there was just like a slew of advantages that took place within that year, literally year and a half of me being with Deborah and taking that leap of faith. So if you're serious about wanting your money to grow, understanding how to invest, how to manage, this is where you want to be, because you're going to be in a group of women that we're all supportive of one another and want to help. And you can't go wrong with Ms. Deb and the women that we have here. We all want to see you succeed. Have a great one.
Yes, this is the sisterhood circle. We're in a circle and we're like-minded, and we're all going higher together. And last but not least, the amazing Michelle Smith. Michelle, please introduce yourself.
Hi, ladies. Good evening. I'm Michelle Smith. I'm a WealthyU ambassador, and I'm actually like Virginia and Anita. I've been here since the beginning. I started with Deborah in private coaching because I just got tired of not knowing what to do and not seeing my money grow, and just not being where I thought I should be. So I started out with private coaching, and when Deborah said she's launching the WealthyU Society, would I like to join? I said yes, because all of us who were in private coaching, after our 6 weeks, we're like, well, what's next? What do we do next? So, now we found that community, but through Deborah, speaking of mindset, because she'll say I'm the one that can talk myself out of anything. But I had some of those beliefs. I was like, the questions that you got asked, Deborah asked those questions, and she was like, well, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? And I said, oh, I want to buy a house. And she was like, why not now? I was like, well, I don't think I can afford one now. And she let it go for a few months. But she's like, I need you to go look at houses, and I need you to buy a house by the end of the year. And I asked her what year. She said this year. That was 2019. And so I went out, I looked. I was paying more in rent. My landlord was making money. When I saw that I could pay less in the mortgage than I was in rent, by 30 days later, I was closing on the house. So I say this, Deborah, you heard Deborah say this, and I asked you that word now, you know what you know. But once you find out, what you did not know and you learn how to apply it, you take off running. The other thing is, like, with this economy, there are a lot of people that are panicking. The one thing that we've learned in WealthyU, this is not a time to panic. This is the time for opportunity. So yes, is my retirement account down? Yes, it is. But when I look at the history of what's happened when the economy rebounds, because the economy will rebound, people that, you know, did what they needed to do, they came out millionaires in their accounts. So it's like, okay, don't panic. Just learn what to buy, learn how to adjust, and keep it moving so you can be on the better side. But again, without WealthyU, you wouldn't, you know, we would not be here. The other thing is teaching generational wealth. You know, I have my kids investing now. My son, when he got his job, he was like, Mom, you help me pick out, you know, the funds to go into my 403B. And I also have a mutual fund, which was, oh my God, we talk about that. But this summer, after we readjusted it, he made some money on it. He actually put the mutual fund. By the time I got back to him, he's like, oh yeah, I already analyzed that. And I went ahead and bought it. So now I'm teaching that generational wealth. What I've learned in WealthyU, I'm passing to my kids, and they're learning it, and they're learning at an early age. So by the time they're my age, they can retire, they can own property, they can do what they want to do. They will have that financial freedom. And that is what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. So you just met, thank you so much, Michelle. Michelle did not mention the fact that not only is she a WealthyU ambassador, she's a facilitator, and she facilitates our analyzing and researching mutual funds, as well as our financial app skill building sessions, which you're going to hear a lot about later on. So thank you so much for our WealthyU ambassadors. You see, it takes teamwork to make the dream work, but more importantly, they are a testimony to what happens when you are in a circle of like-minded sisters and you get access to the knowledge that you need to become one of those million with a million. So, all right. So I did want to make sure in the chat, ambassadors, I want to make sure you're looking at many people want to meet you, make sure that they know how to connect with you because they can give you so much insight. What I want you to know is that tomorrow we're going to be opening the doors to WealthyU. So if you want to connect with your ambassadors, tomorrow night I'm going to share with you everything that you need to know about WealthyU so that you can take it to the next level, not be a lurker, as Virginia said, and do exactly what Bridget said, and that is that no matter where you are, if you are ready to finally take ownership of your financial success, we created WealthyU. So how are you feeling? What did you think about our WealthyU ambassadors in the chat? Let me know. Are they awesome or what? In the chat, let's give them some love too. So thank you so much. All right, so now we are in day 2 of the Savvy Money Makeover Challenge. I just want you to know day 1 was shifting from a wealth to an income mindset. Now we're going higher. So it's not enough to just shift from that wealth mindset and know what to do. Now we want to give you the strategy. So we went to mindset. Next level of the WealthyU framework is strategy. So just so you understand, the framework that has created all of the results from our WealthyU ambassadors that you were introduced to tonight was mindset, making the shift from an income to a wealth mindset, understanding that you're not going to have that day-to-day poverty mindset, that it's all about creating generational wealth. And now we want to talk about strategy. But before we do that, I want you to see how it impacted someone who was sitting right where you were and how it impacted her life.
Which I have been receiving. And I kept saying, they're not talking to me. I'm not ready for that. And I happened to read the sisters newsletter, and it was a little box in the bottom about money management. And it was called, I think it was Clean Out Your Purse Challenge. And I said, I'm going to sign up for that. I think it was like $49. I said, I'll sign up for that. And I signed up for that. And that was your program. And it was a week long. And on the first day, there was work done on mindset, and which I thought was extremely important. But then you had us clean out our purse. And what that meant was to look at your spending and see where you're spending your money. And I was horrified. I mean, I was wasting so much money. By the end of that week, I had shut down so many things that I didn't need. The cable TV, I was just short of cutting off Amazon. And I said, okay, I can control myself in case I need some things, because I think we were in the pandemic by then. And I went through that exercise, and I said to myself, you know, this lady is teaching some really important things, and I want to learn about money. Mind you, I was doing an MBA. You do not learn about money during the MBA.
Do you hear that? You do not learn about money during an MBA, but that's exactly what you're going to learn in WealthyU. That's why we call it WealthyU. Because in WealthyU, you're going to learn exactly everything that you didn't learn in your formal education. In fact, I'm almost going to have to reprogram you, right? This is about helping you. It's wealth decoded. All the things that you needed to know, but you never discovered because the financial blueprint you were given was never designed to help you achieve financial success. So, all right, let's get to the work. So tonight is all about the Savvy Money Makeover. And for those of you who have the kit, you have your Savvy Money Makeover worksheet. If we could put that Savvy Money worksheet in the chat as well, or if you don't have it, you can also connect with your ambassador. That's one of the ways. But put the worksheet in the chat so that everybody can download it. This is going to be your homework tonight, but I'm going to walk through, all right? I'm going to walk through exactly how you're going to approach this exercise. And let me tell you, this is one of the most powerful things that you can do. So here's what I want you to know, is that you already have what you need, okay? And so the first step in you really accelerating your financial growth is having the ability to be a good steward of what you already have. It begins with you really cleaning out your purse, as you heard Sharon say. And cleaning out your purse means that you really need to look at where your money is going. So how many of you in the chat, tell me if you have a sense of how much money is coming in, how much money is going out, and where you're going. Do you feel like you're in financial control? If you in the chat, let me know if you feel like you're in financial control already, or do you feel like there are some opportunities for you to be more fiscally responsible? Do you feel like there's some opportunities for you to be more fiscally responsible? That's right. Maine says, I go through cycles. That's right. Mignon says, let's see, Beverly says opportunities for improvement. Mignon says, yes, in control, but can always tighten up. Linda says opportunity. Lavada says, I have a budget and I know where every penny goes. Reverend Nadine says, sometimes I'm on track and sometimes I'm not. Well, here's what I want you to know. That's why you're in this community. Because there is something about being around like-minded people. And then when you're with those like-minded people, you see, were you inspired by the ambassador stories? Were you inspired by the ambassador stories? Because that's the point of it. That's why you need to be in a community of like-minded people. You know, I often say, have you ever seen people who are really, really fit? And then if they're fit, you know, other people, they hang around other people that are really fit. That's because they have the same attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors. They eat differently, right? And so the point of it all is when you are in this community and you begin to adopt the attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors of the wealthy, then that is how you experience it. Are y'all with me? And so one of the first places we start is with the Savvy Money Makeover, because I'm going to show you something powerful. First, tonight, you're going to learn how to find the money to invest. But then what I want you to understand is that you cannot just save your way to wealth. You cannot just be frugal and think that you're going to accelerate your financial growth. The other side of it is once you find the money, making your money grow. So tonight, I'm going to give you a blueprint that you're going to go away and you're going to take and you're going to apply it. And then tomorrow, just like Sharon Deans, you're going to share with us how much you found. And then you're going to learn how to make that money grow more rapidly than you ever have. Who's ready to accelerate their financial growth? Here it said, here's why mindset is so important, is because some of you already would be millionaires. Are y'all with me? Some of you already would be millionaires if you had the insight that you're going to learn in this 5-day Savvy Money Makeover Challenge. Okay, so first thing, to clean out your purse, one of the things you have to do is figure out where all of your money is going. And let me just show you on average. Here's where a lot of your money is going. The average car loan is $800. In fact, someone just said it was $1,000, right? So if you're in two households, two people in a household, that's $1,600 a month. Home and auto insurance on average, $600 to insure those two cars. Grooming, and I'm being nice here, ladies, I'm saying $400 a month in some cases. And even if you're natural, I was just having this conversation with one of our members, even when you're natural, those products add up. A lot of the money is being spent on dining out. And, you know, I'm not mad. I'm guilty, right? Entertainment, you know, some of it is, you know, Netflix, some of it is going out. And on a good day, that's about $3,500 a month. Remember, Dr. Dean said she had $500. Now, some of these are have tos and some of these are need tos, right? But I just want you to see how that money adds up. In 1 year, 2 car notes is $20,000, right? Home and auto insurance, that's $7,200. Over 5 years, that's $100,000. Grooming, that's $4,800 in a year, that's $24,000. For so many of us, what we don't understand is that that's our Roth IRA contribution. That's the ability to make our maximum to our 401k plans. We'll be talking about investment opportunity levers. And over time, what I want you to see is this, that's almost $500,000. But let me just show you how the women in WealthyU, when they go through a financial makeover, one of the things, the first thing is, I'm gonna pay off that loan and I'm gonna ride that car for as long as I have to, right? That's where you're gonna find that extra $800 or so to invest. All of you, tomorrow, I need you to go and have your home, your insurance carrier do a requote on your insurance, and you're going to find some extra money there. Many of you are commuting now, and so much of your car note premium and your auto premium is based on the amount of driving that you do. Grooming, I'm going to challenge you to, I'm not saying don't get your hair and nail done, ladies, I'm just saying don't do it every week, every other week. Figure out how you could, that is where the money is going. So we're going to break that down now. We're going to do a makeover, and that's going to allow us to find that extra money that we need. But not only are we going to find that extra money, we're going to invest that extra money. And that extra $800 a month that you're investing, that grows to, this is what we do in WealthyU. And so this is how Virginia was able to double the amount that she was, double the amount of her retirement portfolio. When you learn how to have your money, not only find the money, but have it compound. And this is an 8% rate of return that I'm compounding at right now. This is how you get to 7 figures. Ladies, it doesn't happen overnight. All you got to do is dream big. I'm going to be one of a million with a million, and act small. You begin to make small changes, and those small changes over time, they create big results. And so your assignment this evening, I want you to either go online into your bank account. I want you to take out your bank statement, and I want you to track, just take out last month's statement, October and September. This doesn't have to be difficult. And I want you to look at every line item. And I want you to be able to, now you're going to, with that Savvy Money Makeover sheet, you're going to say, this is what I'm willing to commit to my future. And this is where it all starts. You're going to hear tomorrow, you're going to hear the remarkable story. Well, you heard Leah's story. Leah found that first 700. Then she wiped out that debt, and then she had that extra. Then she had almost freed up $2,500. What she did not divulge, if you want to see that whole story, and that's one of the other things I want to make sure all of you do. You need to watch Get Wealthy, and you can hear those stories in its entirety. But one of the other things I want you to understand, ladies, is in WealthyU, there is a ripple effect. Once you make the shift from an income to a wealth mindset, not only do you begin to understand how to manage your money more effectively, but one of the things that we do in WealthyU is we have master classes, and we bring all kinds of experts. I bring my dream team in from my masterminds, the women that I interview who are managing hundreds of millions, who are helping women get into the C-suite, who are helping people level up on LinkedIn. When you join our program, not only do you have a savvy money makeover, a savvy financial makeover, you have a whole mindset makeover, and you begin to think, and you just heard many of these women say it, our ambassadors, you walk into rooms differently. You are going to learn how to take ownership of your financial success. You know, if you watch Sharon Dean's story, not only did she find that extra money, but she ended up with a whole new job that was paying her much more with new stock options. Leah, her income increased by more than 40%. The reason why she was sitting with all those boxes is she had just moved gotten a promotion and bought another home. And so what I want you to know is that you're going to make this shift from an income to a wealth mindset. You're going to learn that you have everything you need to be everything you need to be, but you are going to begin to expand your mind and see what's possible for yourself. You see, many of you are, rather than being in a circle, you're in a cage. And you're looking around, and yes, you're with the same people that you've been with, and you may feel like, well, you're doing okay. But guess what? You have the opportunity and the ability to fully experience life, because that's what wealth is about, and that is what WealthyU is about. WealthyU is about you understanding that you can create the life that you desire. How many of you, for me, wealth is simply not worrying, right? How would it feel for you to not have to worry about whether or not this job or your job is in jeopardy, or now we're in an economy where we're in a recession and we're contracting, and so you're seeing layoffs and you're hearing all these doom and glooms. How many of you would like to be just like the transformation stories that you're seeing in WealthyU, and know that any financial storm can come and it will not matter, because you've already prepared for the future, because you have the investment portfolio that will allow you to meet every storm? Who is ready to experience that kind of financial security? In the chat, if you're ready to experience and to create a fortress, which is a financial fortune that can weather any storm and be unaffected by the ups and downs of the economy, who's ready? If you're ready, tell me I am ready. In the chat, let me know who is ready to go higher and who's ready to accelerate and level up. If you're ready to accelerate and level up and no longer be a victim of circumstances, but know that you can have victory because you already have the knowledge which you can apply. And now I want y'all to get this. When economic downturns come, you know that you're able to look at things in a different way and also see the possibility in that volatility. Listen, that's what I learned when I first started my career and saw the market lose 20% in one day. You've seen 20% in 1 year. And I saw all of those people like us, middle-class people, panicking. And then I saw the wealthy people come into that office, sit down with their brokers, and begin to invest and take advantage of opportunities, because they saw economic downturns as just that opportunity. But here's what I want you to know. In order for you to have that level of confidence, the same confidence that you saw coming from our ambassadors, in order to have that level of confidence, you've got to increase your level of financial acumen. Agree or disagree with me? Agree or disagree with me? When you increase your financial acumen, you are no longer fearful. Your level of fear is directly correlated to your level of knowledge. Agree or disagree? And so what I want you to understand, if you no longer want to be fearful, then you have to commit to increasing your knowledge of how to build wealth. Wealth is more than money. That's what I want you to understand. And this is the most important concept you're going to learn in WealthyU, is that real wealth is quiet. It is not a function of the kind of car you drive, the kind of house you live in, the kind of designer bags you wear. You will not be able to recognize it when it comes in the door. Because the most profound thing that you have to understand, and the level of independence, is when you need nothing. Because needing nothing attracts everything. Who's ready to go next level? Who's ready to go next level? Do you understand what I'm saying? In WealthyU, this is not about information. Listen, this is what I want y'all to know. As many of you have been seeking information, you've been wondering, how many of you have been wondering, man, if I could just learn how this works? Is that why you're here? How did you learn about WealthyU? You saw an ad, you may have already been in our Wealthy. How many of you have been praying to somehow learn how to build wealth, how to build generational wealth, so that you are no longer at the, beck and call of somebody's job and whether or not somebody hires you? How many of you have been praying for that? Reverend Nadine says she saw me on the Black Star Network. Me, right? Here's what I want you to know, is that the reason you never got access to the things that you are, the insight that you're going to learn in WealthyU, how the financial markets work, how to make decisions, how to analyze and research stocks, how to analyze and research mutual funds, how to invest, how to put together a portfolio that is going to weather any financial storm. The reason you never learned it was because this knowledge is not taught. What did Dr. Dean say in that video, in that interview? She said, when I saw that ad for WealthyU, I was getting my MBA, but they don't teach you about money when you're getting an MBA. That's a MBA. Somebody just asked me, what is MBA? It's MBA. It's Masters of Business Administration. I have one. It's one of the highest level degrees of understanding business and the economy, and yet you don't learn about investing. Listen, the reason you don't learn about it is because this knowledge is inherited. If someone in your family didn't know it, if you were not of means, if you were not what they say in the investment industry, high net worth, which means you have investable assets of $1 million or more, even when you reach out to these financial institutions, you are not going to get access to it. You are going to answer a questionnaire and be put into some cookie cutter fund that is relegated to not accelerating your financial growth, do you guys understand what I'm saying? Is that this is knowledge that you have to be intentional about getting access to, and that's why I created WealthyU. I created it because I was in those rooms and I saw that I would never have gotten access to this information. And then I saw how people would come and try to get this information, but if they didn't have a certain amount of assets, they never got access to it. But what I want you to know is that when we open these doors tomorrow, if you finally want to be able to achieve the level of financial success you desire and you deserve, who is going to run through that door? That's what I want to know. Who of you are committed? In the chat, if you are committed and you are going to run through that door, in the chat, I want you to know when we open that door, tell me I'm running. Just in the chat, tell me. I want to see how many of you are serious. How many of you are just here to be observer, or how many of you are ready to take action? Lavada says, I'm running. Reverend Nadine says, I'm running. I know, I hope it's more you are running because we've got about 61 of you in here. Who is ready to finally stop settling and to finally take ownership of their financial success? Who is ready to no longer settle for what somebody thinks they should be put in terms of their investments and know what they should be put in their investment? Who is ready to finally get the knowledge so that this will be the last generation in your family who does not have this knowledge? Because as you see, all of the ambassadors have been able to pay it forward to their children. And that's how you break generational poverty. And that, ladies, is how you create generational wealth. Are y'all with me? What I want all of you to know is that it is not about the money, it's about the mission. And the mission is for every one of you to learn what you didn't learn in your formal education, see it happening in real time, learn how to leverage what you have. In the next 3 days, let me just go through what we're about to go through because you're not going to want to miss it. I want to make you sure you're here. So as a recap, day one, what you're learning is how to make the shift from an income to a wealth mindset. Day two, we are going to show you how to capture what you already have so that you can then find the dollars to invest and accelerate your financial growth. I need you to find your money tonight. Who's got your money, right? Is it cable? Is it Amazon? Is it Mercedes-Benz? Is it Nordstrom? Is it Allstate? Is it State Farm? I need you to go through your cash flow with a fine-tooth comb and get your money. You would already be millionaires. And I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to get there. Tomorrow, I'm going to show you how to take that. Once you find the money, then I got to show you how to accelerate your financial growth. That's where we're going tomorrow. We're going to do our portfolio challenge. We're going to land this plane, and you're going to meet some remarkable women who have accelerated their financial growth, and they're on their way to their first 7 figures and beyond. Who's going to be one of those million with a million? That's what I want to know. So, couple of things. You know some other women who need to be in this community. I want you to invite them to the 5-day Savvy Money Makeover Challenge, because the replays will be in that Facebook group. So if you know anybody, you need to tag them, you need to invite them, because I need you to help us get to 1 million women. We cannot do that on our own. The other thing I want to share with you, for those of you, if you haven't gotten the kit, you can still get the Savvy Money VIP Toolkit. We'll make sure we put that link in the chat, if somebody could put that in the chat as well. Lastly, the other thing I want to make sure that all of you do is follow me on all of the platforms. You can join our full WealthyU community. If you guys want to take a picture of that on the screen, follow me on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, because that's how you'll get access to all of our interviews. And then, of course, Next Level on LinkedIn. All of you need to be on LinkedIn. We need to be connected, and you need to be finding your next opportunities.
Are you ready to take a leading role?
Ladies, you have everything you need to be everything you need to be. Meet us right here tomorrow night for day 3 of the 5-day Savvy Money Makeover Challenge. I bid you all a good night. Make sure that you connect with your ambassadors. Make sure you're here tomorrow night, because we're opening up the doors. But what you need to know, a little secret, is that when I open up the doors, I always have a bonus for those of you who are really serious about accelerating your financial growth and becoming one of the million with 1 million. Have a great evening, everybody. I'll see you right back here at 8 o'clock.